Where there's a will, there's a way.
Quite literally, Will Tidwell, a younger gentleman.
I wish I didn't have this big heart. People just do nothing but hurt me. Anybody can dream the dream. Anybody can have a goal, but see,
you're gonna be a neighborhood hero. You just keep shining.
Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee, and you are now tuned in to another episode of Z Speaks the Podcast. The podcast where we talk about real things with real people, and everything from life to business and everything else in between. And I got a special episode for you guys tonight, man. Doing it on my TikTok live, man, where I just go in there with my people and we just congregate, man, and we talk about real things. And if you want to tune into that, if you haven't been able to tune into those lives, I try to do them on what's the days? I try to do them on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So those are my days where I try to just show up for my people. And I have taken a hiatus, but I'm back and I'm better. So I try to do those, man. Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:45 at the latest. Man, so just be a part of that, man, because there's always some good stuff going on. But if you're listening to this audio, then obviously you're getting this, at a later time. But man, it's still gonna add just as much value. And so tonight's topic, man, it's talking about, I hope you choose to keep loving even after the hurt. I hope you choose to keep loving even after the hurt. And so what I want to do is I want to read some very relevant pieces that I've written in the last week or so around this topic and around other topics similar to it. Man, because I think this sticks out the most because, man, it's so hard that when we done been through something in our life, right? Somebody done wrong by us, when people hurt us that we never thought would hurt us, when people, put us in predicaments that we never thought that person would put us in, or, when we go through something that's just traumatic in our life, it's very hard for us to be the same person that we were before we went through what we went through. And for a lot of people, they end up changing in so many ways. And one of the main ways they end up changing is they stop believing that they're deserving of love. Or even if they do try to sought after love, or they give love another chance, they don't have the same optimism and the same, vulnerability and openness like they did in their last relationship, or their last friendship, or their last connection with that person. It's like we want to love, we want to be loved, we wish things could be easy and perfect, but sometimes we're so hell-bent on what happened to us the last time, or what that last person made us feel. Or as soon as we see a glimpse of what that person did to us once before, we instantly shut down. And I get that sometimes we have to protect our hearts. We got to protect, that big heart that we may have, or the way that we choose to be loyal, or the way that we give to people. I understand having to protect that. I get that. But I think sometimes we're so hell-bent on protecting ourselves from being hurt that we never even allow ourselves to love. And you're deserving of that. And so the whole point of this message is very clear. It's in the title. I hope that even after the hurt, that you choose to keep loving. That's what I hope for you. So I want to read this first one. Listen to this one, y'all. Listen to this. Choosing to love, that takes courage. But choosing to keep loving after being hurt, whew. See, because it's already a gamble, and it's very courageous when you choose to love somebody. Because when you choose to love somebody, y'all, that means that you're giving them a certain level of vulnerability and openness and transparency that you don't give very easily. Man, you telling this person things about you that you don't really tell nobody. You showing this person certain parts of you that you never even thought that you would show. And the crazy part is that some people are in love and are in relationships and they still haven't done that. They've been with somebody for 3, 4, and 5 years, and there's still certain parts of them that person that they with has never seen before. Maybe not physically, but maybe you've been through something that you still ain't told that person about. Maybe you experienced something at one point in your life that you're just not comfortable talking about. But us choosing to love, that's already courageous enough. Because that means that this facade that we put up with certain people, this way that we carry ourselves around certain people that really don't know us like that, that means that there's this one person in this world, at least, that we feel comfortable enough that we don't have to have that facade with. That we don't got to pretend with. You're okay with them seeing you cry. You're okay with letting them see you in a season of your life where you have no idea what the hell you're doing. You're okay with them not seeing you be such a strong person all the time. You're okay with them being around as you're just trying to figure out your life. You're okay with asking them for help. You're okay with telling them that you need them. You're okay with telling them that you don't want to be in this world alone without them. That's a scary thing to tell somebody. And so the reason why I say it takes courage to be in love or to love is because you have to reach a certain level of vulnerability and openness that everybody isn't willing to get to, that everybody can't get to. But if you have gotten to that, if you have reached that certain point in your life, and you go through something where you feel like you're starting to regret it, right? Or that person hurts you, or that person throws back into your face those vulnerable times you had with them. When you go through something like that, you allow yourself to heal from that, you allow yourself to grow from that, and then you try to go out into this world and love somebody else after you went through something like that. After you went through that traumatic thing with that person that you were so deeply in love with, after you end up losing this person that you thought that you would never lose, and then you try to go out into this world and try to love again, that takes a certain level of courage that I don't think too many people have. Because when they go through that traumatic thing in their life, the easiest thing in the world for us to do is just to be cold-hearted. It's to act like we don't care about love anymore. It's to act like we too good for love. To act like love has done nothing good for us. And so a lot of those people, they end up playing mind games with people because they think it makes them feel better. They out here hurting people that don't even deserve it, hoping that they can find some healing through that. And some people just don't try to love or be with anybody or talk to anybody at all because they just afraid of being open and vulnerable again, and it's just gonna be just thrown back in their face. Some people just stay to themselves. And I really don't know who this is for, if we being honest. But if you one of them people that tried to be vulnerable, that tried to be open, that tried to talk about the things that you was dealing with and tried to, you know, not be so strong around that person that you love and it end up just blowing back up in your face. And the only thing I hope for you is that you come to a point in your life where you give yourself permission to love again. Because I know it's scary. I know the thought of even meeting somebody new, the only thing that keeps popping in your head is what happened to you the last time. How easy it is to almost be pessimistic as to if it's never going to work. I need you to understand something. If you keep being so hell-bent on never loving again, on never letting anybody love you again, trying so hard to protect yourself from being hurt again, you may end up missing the person that God made just for you. Man, the person that would never hurt you. The person that would only try to cherish you. The person that even if they do make a mistake and hurt you, that they so remorseful and they so hell bent on just trying to make things right that you're actually okay with forgiving them. You see, because that's the thing that other people don't talk about a lot, is that they say that there's somebody out there that would never hurt you, and I just don't think that's true. When it comes to love, when it comes to hurt, man, those two things are related. No matter who you choose to love, no matter who you choose to be with, man, at some point in your life, man, that person that you love is going to hurt you. I hate to break it to you. Like, at some point in your life, the person that you love the most, no matter how perfect they may seem, at some point in your life, they're going to hurt your feelings. And it ain't going to always be just a minimal hurt. Like, they might really hurt your feelings. They might break your heart. But you know what I learned about love the older I've gotten? Is that even though they may make that mistake, what makes love such a beautiful thing is that even if they make that mistake, you love them so much. You're willing to forgive the hurt. And even if you're not willing to forgive them, and you do decide to move on, and love is still such a beautiful thing. It's where you give yourself permission to love the next person. When you make it up in your mind that I'm not going to give this person that made this mistake towards me, or that decided to do this thing towards me, I'm not going to give this person so much power over my heart. So I allow myself to go through my whole life and just be alone. To go through my whole life playing mind games with people because I think it's just life is just easier that way. And you deserve to love again. And so that was my first one, man. That was the first one I wrote, and that was the first one I wanted to share about. And I hope that spoke to somebody, man. I hope that just helped somebody, man. Through that first one, right? So I want to do this next one. I'm gonna just keep them going. I'm not gonna take a real long break between them today. Everybody in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all. I hope it's helping somebody. Let's do this next one. Listen to this one, y'all. I said, don't be so hell-bent on being loyal that you become a slave to people that don't even appreciate you. Like, do you hear me? I don't know. It's gonna tear somebody up. I don't know who that's for. But somebody should be leaving some love in the chat right now for that one. Listen to that again. Listen to that again. Listen. Don't be so hell-bent on being loyal that you end up becoming a slave to somebody that doesn't even appreciate you. Yeah? Because a lot of us, so many people, bro, so many people that I've talked to, that I know, that I do sessions with, that I've met, that I've just heard conversations, like so many people in this life, we overstay our welcome into people's lives, trying to prove to them how loyal we are, trying to prove to them how worthy we are of their love. When in reality, That person that you're trying to prove that to and that you're trying to be loyal to, they're not even worthy of your love. You so worried and hell bent on trying to show them how worthy you are of their love. In reality, they're not worthy of yours. Because y'all, what happens is we trust so hard, we strive so hard to prove to certain people in our life how much we care for them, how loyal we are to them, how we would do anything for them. And we don't even realize that they could care less. They could care less about what you've done for them. They could care less how you've never cheated on them. They could care less how you've never disrespected them behind their back. They could care less how you're always making sure that they're okay. They could care less how you always seem to put their needs before your own. They could care less. But we take so much pride in our name and who we are, how we treat people, and how we serve the ones that we love and we care about the most in our life. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not down in that. But all I'm saying is that I don't want you to get so blinded by your loyalty, your faithfulness, your unconditional love that you have for the people in your life. I don't want us to get so blinded by that. You can't even see how this person is just taking advantage of that. You're becoming a slave to this person that doesn't even own you. You're becoming a slave to this person that doesn't even deserve you. You so hell bent on trying to prove a point to him when in reality they should be trying to prove a point to you. Don't be so hell bent on that. And I want to flip it real quick. I'm gonna go a whole 360. Listen to this. And this is what I need people to stop doing. I need people to stop using how loyal they are as an excuse to do everything else. Because some people use the excuse that just because they're loyal and they don't cheat and they don't flirt and they don't be disrespectful with the opposite sex, they think that just because they do that gives them a green flag and the all roads ahead to do everything else in the relationship. So you think that just because you're loyal to me that you can talk crazy to me? That's not going to happen. You think that just because you don't disrespect me when it comes to other people and flirt and all, you think that just because you do that you can just walk around here and say whatever you want to me? You think that gives you a pass to be lazy? You think you don't have to contribute and bring something to this relationship, to this friendship? You think that just because you're loyal to me, which is something that you're supposed to do, you want a fucking cookie? You think that just because you're doing that they give you a pass to do everything else? It's not. And even on my end, this is speaking to myself. I've made this mistake. Or just because you do everything else, that doesn't give you a pass to not be loyal. See how I kind of brought it down a little bit because that was some shit I was doing, mistake I was making. Just because you paying the bills, just because you taking care of home, right? Just because you doing the dates, right? That don't give you an excuse not to be loyal either. That's stuff you're supposed to do. I can't glorify the things you're supposed to be doing. That's a given. You're supposed to do these things. Why would I give you a pass for something that you're supposed to do? Shout out to you, Lexi. I appreciate it, love. Thank you so much. I'm glad this is speaking to you. Y'all keep showing love, man. Y'all keep leaving gifts, man. Y'all keep helping me out. Y'all keep pushing. Why am I giving you a pass for the things that you're supposed to do? Come on. So let me get back to the main point real quick. Don't be so hell-bent on being loyal to people that you become a slave to people that don't even appreciate it. You've overstayed your welcome in some people's lives that you should have left a long time ago. And you need to take your loyalty with you. Because you keep giving it to people that don't appreciate it, and eventually you might get burnt out. I know how perfect you are. I know that there's nothing you ever see yourself doing, but I'm guaranteeing it. If you don't get out of that situation, it might not end good for you. You might get to a point where you think that being loyal isn't even worth it, and it is. You were just being loyal to the wrong person. Being loyal is worth it. You were just being loyal to the wrong person. You became a slave to it. You became so blinded by it that you didn't even see how it was impacting you. Understand that. And on the flip side, I thank y'all so much. I appreciate every one of y'all. I really, really do. And on the flip side, don't think that just because you are being loyal, that you can be disrespectful. And don't think that just because you're doing everything else, that you can't be loyal. Because none of those are true. Now, again, the truth of the matter is that somebody's going to be hurt. When it comes to relationships, they're just too complex. They change too much. It's too much going on for somebody not to end up with their feelings hurt sometimes. But this is the question we always got to ask ourselves and come back to. Even though you hurt me, does the love I have for you outweigh the hurt that you put me through? Depending on how you answer that question, it's going to tell you everything you need to know. You hear me? That's going to tell you everything you need to know. Wow. I'm in my own bag tonight, man. I'm on some shit tonight. My God. My God. Listen to this next one, y'all. I got two more. Two more, y'all. If I'm doing good, man, y'all leave me some blue hearts, man. Y'all leave me some blue hearts, man. Everybody that's in here is supposed to be in here. Thank you, Bree. I appreciate it. Everybody that's in here is supposed to be in here. Wow. Wow. Everybody that's in here is supposed to be in here. Let me get my other people in here that wanted me to hit them up. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Let's do this next one. And this one's so plain, I'm not even going to have to get that deep into it, to be honest. Listen to this. I said that, man, some people are just begging for you to let them go with their actions. Listen to them. Because when people come around us with them same weak-ass apologies and them same weak-ass excuses, we listen to those. We give those people chance after chance. Why is it that when people show us with their actions, when they talk to us with their actions, you're talking to me with your actions. You're telling me exactly what I needed to know with your actions. Why is it that when people do that, we don't listen in? We listen to them weak ass excuses and them weak ass apologies and them weak ass gaslighting statements that people make all day long, and we believe them. We listen to that. We accept that. But when it's time to accept what people are telling us with their actions, then we decide to go deaf. And then we always saying that actions speak louder than words. But I think is that when they show us something that we know we need to let go of, when they doing some shit that we know we don't fuck with, that somehow, some way, we just seem to ignore that. But right now, man, there's some people in your life that are doing some things that you need to listen to, because they're begging for you to let them go. They're begging for you to distance yourself a little bit. They begging you to change how you move and how you look at things just a little bit. Are you gonna listen to them before it's too late? That's the question. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave that right there. And this is the perfect way to end it right here, y'all. Listen to this one. This is the perfect way to end it. Perfect way to end it. Perfect way right here. Listen to this. Listen. They'll never get to see you out of character again. Yep. Yep. The people that hurt you, people that took you for granted, the people that didn't deserve your love to begin with, the people that you gave chance after chance to. Let's just be real. The person that just had you plain down fucked up. They had you fucked up. They had the right one that day. They never get to see you out of character again, because they don't deserve that type of power over you. Just make that promise to yourself. Make that promise to me. Make that promise to the person that you love. You'll never let them see you out of character again. Now, does that mean that you won't have imperfect moments, that you won't get mad, that you won't feel some type of way? No, that's not what that means. But is that when you know that person is trying to provoke you, when you know that person is trying to egg you on, when you know that person is trying you and trying to take you to a place that you've delivered yourself from, a place that you swore you would never go back to, a place that the old you wouldn't have mind going to, but you know how far you've come in your life and you're trying to be better, you're trying to do different, they'll never get to see you in that place again. They'll never have that type of power over you again. They don't even realize how much you've changed. They don't even realize how far you've come, how much you've grown. And that's why they still trying old tactics to get to you. But they don't even realize it's the new you. They don't even know. And by the time they figure it out, you're going to be so far on to something else, it won't even matter. They'll never get to see you out of character again. They'll never get to see you out of character again. They don't even deserve that over you. I just want you to know. Man, that brings us to another conclusion, man. SpeakUPZee, the podcast. And the podcast where we talk about real things with real people. And I just hope tonight's episode help not only my audio listeners that's going to tune in, but also my people that tuned in live. And to everybody that left me a gift and left me a comment and shared it with their friends and left a heart in the chat, and anything else like that, man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, and I'm forever grateful. And I know I've been gone for a while, man, but I'm going to be back on these every Monday, every Thursdays, and every Sunday. Man, just showing love to my people, all right? And it might not always be a show. Sometimes I might just come on here and answer some questions. You feel me? But I want to get back to being consistent with this because y'all deserve that, and it helps me, right? And just want to be able to show up for y'all, man. So I just gotta stay with it. I gotta stay with it. But again, to any of my people, man, that have really been wanting to talk about everything when it comes to mental health, when it comes to their life, everything that comes to their business, their career. I'm just trying to figure things out. If you want somebody that work through those things with you, man, reach out to me directly. You can find me on any social media platform at Will Z Titwell. Go to my website at SpeakUPZee, SpeakUPZee.com. Or you can reach out to me directly via DM on any social platform. I'm not gonna put my number on here. I'll put it in the description of this episode when it drops, so people can find me that way. But I don't want to get blocked or anything. So, yeah, man. I love y'all, man.